welcome to episode 80, part 3 of Africa's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast. Also remember to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they are still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. I'm Denima Duffield.
And I'm Nara Kamuya.
So, special World Cup segment.
Yeah.
He's in Shine Edition.
Guns
He's cold. Hey, guns, baby, guns. Anyway. No, it's football. We're meant to be talking about scrimbies. Anyway. So, semi-finals.
Yes.
So this is a review, obviously, because they already happened.
Yeah.
We're sure you know the results, but we'll go through it anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. So, France versus Belgium. 1-0 to France. So Belgium had 64% possession, ball possession. They had 594 passes with 91% accuracy. So far they're ahead, right? They're ahead.
Yeah.
They had 9 shots at goal, goal where France had 19, and 3 on target where France had 5. Now, with all that possession and all that accuracy and was that happening like in the defense? Because clearly, when you get to attack, nothing was like,
I just think they just didn't, when you cling onto possession, and I think the best people at this is Spain, with the tiki-taka generation of the 2010 World Cup. When you have so much possession, you hope that you're going to wear down your opposition.
Yes.
And I think that was Belgium's strategy. I know, not forget about Roberto Martinez, but I know Thierry Henry really believes in that line of thinking, and he's the assistant coach. He flourished in that system at Arsenal and at Barcelona. And I feel that's what Belgium were trying to do.
Yeah.
But you're coming up against a team that has Blaise Matuidi, that has Paul Pogba, that has N'Golo Kante, that has Kylian Mbappe, that has Rafael Varane at defense. Come on, you have to convert these chances.
Yeah.
I mean, why are you're stringing all those passes for what?
Yeah.
And I think that's what affected Belgium.
Yeah.
France had one opportunity, one corner kick, Antoine Griezmann, Samuel Umtiti, header, in. Couture didn't even see it. I can't pronounce his first name. Thibaut Couture. He didn't even see that ball coming. So France showing that they were clinical, and like you're saying, 19 shots on target, 19 shots on goal, at goal, or on goal. No, 19 shots at goal. 5 on target.
Yep.
Just clinical, and that's what you need in knockout football. That's what you need in the World Cup. That's what you need in high pressure situations, and that's what France did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Taking your chances, eh?
Exactly, taking your chances.
So Belgium won. Yeah. They got lots of passes. They had possession, but they lost the game.
At the end of the day, they lost the game.
Yeah. So we move on to the second semi-final, which was Croatia versus England. I didn't want Croatia to lose, but I wanted England to win.
Yes.
So 2-1 to Croatia. I think I remember you saying they were the darling of like this tournament.
Yeah.
And now I want them to win. But basically, I mean, possession was pretty much even.
Yeah.
But when you look at shots like on goal, basically, Croatia had 22, England had 11. Croatia on target had 7, and England had 2. So I guess they just took their chances.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I remember watching that game, and at some point I was like, talking to England, as if they could hear me, and I'm like, you guys don't want to win, do you? Like, you really don't want to win. I remember, was it Harry Kane?
Yes.
He's known for his deflections and, jumping onto other people's goals. But on that day, I was like, wow.
He didn't have any goals to jump on.
Nothing. He had his own to create, and nothing happened. So I mean, I think, to be honest, that was well deserved for Croatia.
For Croatia, yeah. I mean, look, England went ahead, 5th minute goal by Kieran Trippier, and everyone thought that it was going to be downhill after that. Then second half, Ivan Perisic gets a goal back for Croatia. They go into extra time, and you could see that England were playing for penalties, which I think, in my opinion, was very stupid, because England don't have a very good history with penalty shootouts. I mean, they just won their first penalty shootout in like 3 World Cups or 4 World Cups. Actually, since '98, they've never won a penalty shootout. So you would see that they were playing for penalties, but Croatia took their chances. They took the game to them, and a lapse in defense and lapse in concentration by England's defense, and Mario Mandzukic pounced onto the ball, getting the goal, and they were able to lock it down after that. Croatia went for the win, England went for the draw, and I think the person who deserved it on the day won.
So we had the third place playoff, which was Belgium versus England, and I think England did so well, and then just it just didn't work for them. So Belgium winning that game 2-0. England actually had more shots on goal and more on target. So
I mean, the first thing I want to say about this game is that you have to be impressed that Belgium and England both came out for this game to win.
Yeah.
Or both came into this game hoping to win.
Yeah.
Because normally, as has been the history in previous World Cups, the third and fourth playoff, really guys don't want to put in effort. But they chose some very strong lineups, and I just think Belgium were clinical on the day, and they exposed a lot of lapses in England's defense.
Yeah.
However, I want to say that with what I've seen with England in this World Cup, Belgium, I don't think they'll be able to get better than this. This is the golden generation of Belgium's players.
Yeah.
I think for England, this is just a starting. Yes, I know people wanted it to go, it's coming home and all that nonsense they're talking about. People wanted them to win the World Cup this time. But look, this was actually a squad in transition. This was actually a squad that has been built. We were moving from the eras of the Frank Lampards, Wayne Rooney's, Steven Gerrard's, John Terry's, and we had to get rid of that, what was considered the golden generation of England football. And then now you're bringing in these youngsters, the Harry Kanes, the Dyers, Eric Dyers, the what's his name, Dele Alli, the Marcus Rashford. You're bringing in these guys. So this is their first World Cup. They've got into the semi-finals. You should be building on now for 2022. Yeah.
Well, definitely looking for, I mean, they would have been my team for the tournament, so I'm definitely looking forward to them getting better.
Yes.
But now we have the final.
Yes!
And now, you know, ladies who don't watch football can finally be happy, you know. Your men will be coming back home early. But yeah, so for the final, this is the 64th and final game of the tournament.
Yes.
We've got France against Croatia.
Yeah.
In as much as before, maybe I would have said, yeah, you know, I want France to win, but no, I want Croatia to win.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, when you look at the probability, like even just online, it's 59% on France winning, 29% on a draw, and 20% on Croatia winning. I still want Croatia to win, but where do you think it will be won?
First of all, I mean, this is it's the third final France have been in the last 20 years. Won the 98 final, lost the 2006 final, and this is the third final. I'll take you back 4 years, sorry. 2014 World Cup, quarterfinals, France versus Germany. And I was watching the game at Vineyard, and I remember that game, it was sometime in the afternoon, and I remember I told myself that whoever won between those two, France and Germany, was going on to go and win the World Cup. Germany did and went on to win the World Cup. But I remember when Germany left, I said, France are the team to watch for the next World Cup. I as much as said it during our holiday edition, that France are the team to watch for this World Cup. There's also bias because I'm a France supporter. By the way, if you want to know what clubs guys support, just look at the national teams. If you hear somebody talking about England, they're most likely a Manchester United fan. If you hear somebody talking about France or Spain, they're most likely an Arsenal fan. So yeah, anyway, France are in the final. I think it's going to be a battle of the midfield. You have two quality midfield sides. You have France with Paul Pogba, Blaise Matuidi, and who's the third guy? N'Golo Kante at the midfield for France. On the other side, you have Luka Modric, you have Ivan Perisic, and you have Ivan Rakitic. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough battle. You have very quality midfielders. Rakitic, Modric play in the Spanish league. Real Madrid, Barcelona. Perisic plays at Inter Milan. So he's used to this high pressure situation. On the other hand, you have three guys who have really marshaled the midfield for France very well. Where do I think it's going to be won? It's going to be won by who has a good day on the midfield. I think Croatia, what they need to do is that they need to lock out Paul Pogba, because if Paul Pogba is given a license to roll, then it's going to be a problem. Once you clog out Paul Pogba, then you need to deal with two retards called Antoine Griezmann and Kylian Mbappe, who have had, Griezmann not really, but Kylian Mbappe has had a very fantastic tournament. So if you block the midfield out, then you're unable to get clean ball to the forwards, and that's what I think Croatia should be doing. What should France do? France should neutralize the first person who I think has been the best player in this tournament, Luka Modric. You neutralize him, then you're able to cut off the supply to Mario Mandzukic. Perisic doesn't come into his game. Rakitic, not really. So I think that's what needs to happen. It's going to be an interesting game. Of course, by the time this episode drops, we'll know who'll have won the World Cup. But I have stuck by France. I've been with France ever since I can remember. So my money's on France.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, we're just going to have one of those turn of events where Croatia will win. And then I could suck it to you. Anyway, yes. So move on to our bonus segment, which is the 3 most memorable World Cup finals.
Yes.
Now, I have 2. First one is 2010, where Spain played against Netherlands and won that game 1-0 in extra time.
Yes.
That was a goal by Andre Iniesta.
Yes.
And 14 yellows.
Yes.
9 to the Dutch and 6 to the Spanish.
Yes.
That, you can't forget that.
Yes.
Even in there's no boring game, but you'll have that. But even if it was like a goalless game and they went to penalties, I think what I'd remember is how many cards have been given out. My second one is 2002, Brazil versus Germany. Brazil winning that 2-0. So Ronaldo scored both those goals in the second half. And that's actually twice the number of goals that Germany had, I think, conceded in 6 games in that tournament. And Oliver Kahn, being the captain, was basically the reason that Germany got to the final, but that just wasn't a good day for him.
It was not
so,
a good day. Those are 2 good finals. I remember 2010, Johnny Heitinga with the flying kick on Xabi Alonso's chest. The guy was sent off, by the way. 2002, which is one of my finals, so I'll talk about it. My third final is 98. Primarily because of the drama that surrounded the whole final. Ronaldo on the list, Ronaldo not on the list, Ronaldo getting into the game, having a subpar game, and then France just unleashing their maestros, Zinedine Zidane, scoring 2 goals in the finals. Manu Petit getting the last goal. Marcel Desailly getting sent off. So that was a good final. My second final would be, my number 2 final. That was number 3. Number 2 would be 2002. I was rooting for. I've never really liked Brazil, by the way, since '98. But I was rooting for Germany in that final. And the final. I remember I was in class 8 and. I was on halftime, exit, one of those things, and I was watching that game in Nyeri. And I remember from the start, Brazil was just hitting, and I was like, Jesus, it's going to be a long day. Kleberson hit the post. Ronaldo had a couple of shaves. Oliver Kahn was in for a long day. And then in second half, Germany got back into it a bit. Oliver Neuville hitting the bar. And then it became the Ronaldo show. First goal, Oliver Kahn spills and Ronaldo taps it in. Second goal, step over from Rivaldo and Ronaldo taking his chances. And remember, Ronaldo had just come from an injury. He became the top scorer of the tournament. So that has to be my second final. My best, 2006. France versus Italy. You have 2 teams that were very good. It was Zinedine Zidane's last game. He had said after that game he was going to retire from football. You had Italy that had Fabio Cannavaro's, Andrea Pirlo, who's a magician, Rino Gattuso, Luca Toni, Francesco Totti, Alessandro Del Piero. Golden class, golden generation of Italian football. Penalty, Zidane scores. Materazzi equalizes. Close shaves, Zidane misses, and Buffon saves. And then you got to, I think, what was the defining moment of that final. Marco Materazzi says some very foul things to Zinedine Zidane. Headbutt, red card, and I just remember looking at Zidane walking off. Again, being a France supporter, I was disappointed. But I remember Zinedine Zidane removing his captain's armband and giving it to Fabian Barthez, the goalkeeper. And I remember him walking off, and he was removing the tape. You know how you tape your fingers? And throwing it towards the World Cup trophy, and he started crying. Oh, wow. And he's just like, it's a done deal. They went on to penalties. David Trezeguet missed his, and Fabio Grosso converted. And it was sad.
Wow, he's almost in tears. Almost in tears.
But that has to be my best final.
So I'd like to hear what everyone else thinks is their best final. If you're as emotional as Nara, I will sit and watch you. Anyway, guys, remember you can find us on social media. That is by following us on Instagram, liking our page on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm Dimi Wadoko.
And I'm Nara Kamuya.
See you next week for episode 81.